It's another Elora. That's it's not in bad condition. I don't know. Bit of a clean up. It might look okay. Looks like it's been kicked across the floor a few times. Yeah, I was just trying to work out what had gone on with this, and I picked it up. I thought the end's been broken off, or somebody's cut that and made it into their own tool. Interesting modern type of font on there. Yeah, it's been broken off or cut off on purpose and made into a purposeful tool. I think that says 18 on there, but that it's a bit bigger than 18 to me, but maybe it is right. 18mm AF. Our old friend Elora again. Nutmaster. Elora Nutmaster. 9/16 ½ inch. Nice spanner, low step on that. Chrome vanadium. Unbranded. Surface rust there, that's gonna... These are mostly rub that off anyway, that'll clean up okay, although it's got no massive appeal. Just checking the set there and make sure it's not been used or abused in any way. It looks okay. Chrome vanadium. Super chrome this, which is Matador, I think. Matador. Although Matador is probably more appropriate. It doesn't look too healthy in terms of super chrome, but no cracks or splits, and still probably quite functional as a spanner. I think that might actually be Matador. Oh well, we live and learn. This is it's a little bit sad really. Probably quite a nice spanner in today, a G-Door number 11. This has had some hitting on it, so this looks like it's been cut off and ground back by somebody and used as a flogging spanner. This is when I'm going to put it over a nut and tighten up or loosen with the use of a sledgehammer that you swim between your legs, and well, that's providing you can stand over the nut, that is, but it's not a proper flogging spanner because usually they're much more robust than that, and there's a large striking anvil at the at this end, just so you've got a nice target to hit, because there's always a risk that you could skip off with this and catch your ankle or injure yourself in some way. So that's probably going to go in the bin. Chrome vanadium 5/16, that's tiny. Elisa again. Forged steel, drop forged steel. Thinking so that can go in my India pile. Made in England. Wow. Halfords. Again, this is another modified tool. Somebody's had trouble with the clearance there, so they've trim the end on a grinder to get in to a tight access point. So interesting. Another maker spanner, Brenco. Another ring spanner. This, apart from, well, no, actually, I think that'll just clean up okay. Just checking in for signs of wear, and there doesn't look like there's any splitting at all, so it's probably a going concern. Another one of our not so impressive drop forged spanners, probably go in the bin as well. Drop forged again, India, a bit rusty. The Bedford again. Again, this one looks okay, so that'll clean up, although it's not going to look well, maybe I'd better reserve judgment until I've done it, but I don't think these spanners are ever going to look fantastic even when they're clean and in very good condition. Just made for function and a finish that doesn't rust, which this one maybe surface rust in places. So that's going to clean up. Some more of these unbranded things. I've had some experience with these before, and they're not particularly strong. No, we'll leave that for now. This is yeah, I've got a load of these already. My dad had some of these spanners, and I've inherited some more over time. But they're very, very soft material. Kind of gets spoilt these days with spanners you can put an enormous amount of purchase on. But, still good as a collectible piece, and they may be able to build up a set of these. Again, it's Dad's toolbox type of thing again. Now that one does say Matador, I think, and funnily enough, super chrome. It kind of tickles me that. Working through the last of the Sierra. Again, seen a bit of service. You can see with a clean, almost it's like a silver painted finish than chrome. Probably quite a serviceable tool. Just checking the jaws for wear. So that's probably going to scrub up okay as well. There's a load of ring spanners to look through now. Another new brand, made in Germany, Spinny. In good condition though. Polished ends. This is the sort of thing you get in car shops for sets of spanners. This type of finish. That's what spanners used to look like. Again, I think in probably through the 1980s in the UK at least. Anyway, chrome vanadium. King Dick. That is. Had a bit of a hard life, I think. Chrome vanadium. Got some marks on there, so you can see that there's a bend in this, and also, yeah, that's had some force, some serious force put on that one. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with that at the moment. Put it in the King Dick pile. See how we get on. Oh, here's another one of those spanners that hasn't been so that's a shame really, because that's come as part of the set. This is probably a 1716. This would have been an 1819 then. I do like the font. It's a shame we haven't got another one of those. Chrome vanadium, made in Poland. Don't recognise the mark. 3/4 and I'm not going to hazard a guess at that until I clean it up. That's looking like 25-30 seconds, which sounds bizarre. Drop forged. Enough said. Chrome vanadium assessor again. I think we've got 2 of these now. That's it's not the prettiest of jobs. This is the sort of thing I'd said before, where I often find spanners like this for use on cars with brake pipes and nipples and glands, such like. Made in Spain. Assessor again. Again, the finish on these isn't fantastic. It'd be interesting to see how they actually fit on a nut. SSP. Yeah, it's another one of those types of spanners. Seem to be a lot of them about. I guess these were for your jobbing motor mechanics on a Sunday morning, in the days when we used to have to fix cars every week just to make sure that they get through the week till the next week without any major problems. It's another Allura chrome vanadium. Again, the chrome's marked there, but maybe somebody's initials again. Drop forged India. Fair enough. Drop forged Taiwan. These are quite chunky and they are metric. Drop forged steel. Again, I'm not sure what's happened to these, but got a bit of an odd kink in there, so I'm not quite sure how that's happened, whether it was made that way or whether that's abuse over time. Again, here's another one. Maybe that happened when they drop forged it, but you can see that's possibly not the highest quality spanner. Although it's got the kink in it as well, so maybe they are made that way. Maybe it's a casting issue. Forging issue, really, I should say. Made in England. Well, that is nice, that one. Showing the chrome's tired. Very nice Bedford spanner. Be nice to have a set of those complete. A universal wrench, which is probably not going to stay with me. I'll probably move that on. G-door number 18. 16mm. Again, that'll be interesting to see how that cleans up. We had some paint in there. The stiffening feature here, coupling into the handle. I hope that'll clean up okay, because it's quite a nice tool. Always gives you confidence when you've got great detailing on the font that they've stamped into the part. It's part of that set again, so part of it. This is an odd spanner. It looks a bit like a tire lever, but with spanners on the end. Again, I think that will go through a clean up. It says 3/8 and 7/16 AF. It's quite rusty in around the business end, so I'll have to see how that one cleans up. Interested to know what the purpose is. I mean, it looks like it's had a bit of abuse because there is a twist in it, although I can't see any obvious stress signs. But once I give that a clean up, I'll have a much better idea. Oh, this is the spanner I picked up earlier. Someone's initials, 3/16. I'm not going to hazard a guess as to what that word is until I've cleaned it up and maybe researched it. Again, I think it's probably in a league with these guys as well, although a little bit more finished off because we've got an elliptical handle. Bottom of the pile now. Drop forged 9/16. All clean up okay. It's just stamped and ground finish. You can still see the grinding marks around there, so quite roughly finished off. Forged ring spanner, India. A little bit better finished off than the last one, but got a feeling that's got a twist in it. Yes, it has. It's got a twist. So again, that's had you know, you can see it there. That's tapering away. So it can't be too unkind.